Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to day 2 of In-Demand Health Coach. I'm Chris Williams. I'm so excited to dive back in here. We're going to actually cover steps 3 and step 4 of how to collaborate with doctors and holistic health practitioners to build a thriving coaching practice. So let me go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and record this. So I am actually on Zoom today, but I'm streaming into Facebook because I want to share my screen with you so that you can see the workbook. For those of you that don't have the workbook, I want to give you an opportunity to kind of see what I'm looking at, and you can always grab your workbook. By the way, just go into the event page or let me know and say, hey, Chris, I want the workbook. I'll send you the link. That way you can just grab the workbook and you can have that forever. So it's an action guide. Awesome. So welcome back, everybody. If you're here, let me know. Just type in the chat that you're here. I see Felicia and I see Michelle. Thank you so much for letting me know that you guys are here. And let me see, I'm just going to give people a chance to kind of hop on. I see that we've got about 7 of you here, and I am going to try and not look at Facebook because it always makes me feel crazy when I see that delay. I'm like, wait a minute, like it's repeating what it is that I just said. So, but I would like to kind of see who's here, as well as be able to see the comments so that I can answer any questions that you have. So for those of you that are just joining me, no problem. Click the units section up at the top. You can grab last night's training for day 1 of In-Demand Health Coach. And there was 2 parts because I got kicked off. My screen froze and I got kicked off Facebook. So we had to come back on and do a part 2. So again, check the unit section. There's lots and lots and lots of really amazing trainings there to serve you. In addition to this mini training that I'm doing for you guys this week, you also have access to all of the previous mini trainings, Soulful Business trainings that I do on Mondays. So check those out too. And let me know what you think. Let me know if there's something else that you want to hear, something else that you want to see, and I'm more than happy to do a training on it. So just a quick reminder, a little bit of housekeeping stuff before we get going today. Next week, next Monday on February 8th is going to be the training of how to create 90 days of content for your Facebook group. So how to create a 90-day content plan. We're going to go over that. And that is something that I hear coaches and my clients that really are asking for is, what do I post? When do I post? How do I post? How do I even create a content plan? And I'm going to teach you how to create a 90-day content plan so that you can create a really highly engaged Facebook group of your readiest clients and really be able to serve them powerfully. This is so, so fun. And it's so, so important that you're able to build community. And one of the best ways that we get to build community is here inside of Facebook on our Facebook groups. And it's more than just like posting every once in a while. A lot of times I hear, well, I'm posting, but nobody's engaging. And if that's you, I get you. I see you. And there is a method to wanting to build an engaged community, not just a community just to say, hey, I've got this great Facebook community, but a community full of people that are joining you for your lives, that are engaging, that are responding, and it's a fun place to be. So I'm going to share with you how to do that next Monday. So feel free to join me there. Let me see. I see Rachel. Welcome, Rachel. And Barbara, welcome back, my dear. And Aisha, so glad that you're here again. How are you? You had some great questions last night, so thank you. Thank you. Kaylee's here. Oh my goodness. Yay, you guys are awesome. All right, let me dive into sharing my screen with you so that I can pull up the workbook that we're going to focus on today. See. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So this is In-Demand Health Coach, how to collaborate with doctors and health practitioners to build a thriving wellness practice. So last night we went over steps 1 and steps 2. And really what those were about was understanding where it was that we could actually reach out and collaborate with our doctors and our holistic health practitioners. By the way, you guys, if I am freezing, please just let me know. because sometimes Facebook does this wonky thing, and sometimes Zoom and Facebook don't want to be friends. So if at any time something's not coming through, or it's not streaming right, or something is happening like that, just let me know, and I will try to make sure that I can actually see it. So the interesting thing is that Facebook is actually, hang on just a moment. What is Facebook doing here? Okay, so Facebook would actually not let me see the live comments when I was actually in Zoom. Very interesting. Okay. Anyways, we're just going to roll with it. So step one, I'm just going to recap really, really quickly what we focused on last night in case you're just joining me for the first time. And if you are, welcome. I've had a lot of people that are joining our group. I'm so, so excited to have you here. You are inside the Abundant and Empowered Feminine Leaders. This is for life coaches, health coaches, spiritual coaches, holistic practitioners, nutritional therapy practitioners. If you are in the wellness coaching field, you are in the right place. I'm so excited to have you. I'm Chris Williams. I'm a soulful business and leadership coach. I work specifically with women who want to build a wellness coaching business or a wellness business. So I have over 20 years of experience in the wellness industry, starting in 1993 as a yoga teacher. I also have run my own successful massage therapy business, nutritional therapy practice, health coaching practice, and I'm here to teach you how I did it and to give you some big golden nuggets and some ahas that you can take away with you and start implementing to create a thriving wellness practice. So super, super excited that you're here. So step one we talked about last night was about starting locally and personally, because this isn't about cold calling. This is about building and developing relationships. So again, cold calling, where we're just kind of like knocking on doors. First of all, it's not fun. Second of all, it feels really, really scary. Third of all, it rarely works. So cold calling any of these doctors or practitioners rarely, rarely works. What you want to do is start locally and personally. So start with who you know. And we talked about that last night. So I'm not going to go too in depth in this because you can take a look at the video last night. There is an hour's worth of information that we shared on these two steps to help you with this piece. But we really talked about the importance of starting with who you know, whether it's the doctors that you work with personally or whether it's clients that you can get a referral from a doctor that they know, but you really want to start locally, start personally, start with who you know. And when I say locally, that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be just in your local geographical location. It could also be inside of an online community. So think about the groups that you're a part of, and you can absolutely collaborate with each other. As a matter of fact, I highly recommend that you collaborate with each other. So we have a lot of amazing, talented women here in this group, in the Abundant and Empowered Leaders, that serve clients in a multitude of ways. Some of you will serve them through massage therapy. Some of you will serve them through spiritual coaching, mindset coaching, health coaching. And again, there's a lot of different, these are all umbrellas in which then we kind of niche down a little bit. Some of you are sharing information about how to overcome emotional eating. Some of you are sharing mindset pieces. Some of you are sharing working with caregivers. Some of you might be working with women that are feeling burnt out. Some of you are working with professional women. Like there is a whole bunch of different people that we serve, and we can all serve some of them, but just in a different way. So I'm going to talk about that today, later on in step 4, with the 4 different ways that we actually fill our programs. One of them is collaborations. We're going to dive in deeper on how you can actually do that more. But when we're looking to work with doctors, chiropractors, acupuncturists, anybody who is in the doctor or holistic practitioner field, we really want to start with who we know first and locally. So locally, if it's in our geographical area, or locally, if it's in a group or a place that we are a part of that we can connect with. Step 2, we talked about how important it was that we actually create a relationship first. So this isn't about going to them and saying, hey, I'm a health coach, refer me all your clients. Like, hey, I'm a health coach, can you send me some clients? It's never, never, never about that. What it's about is how can you show that you have value for them? So how can you create a relationship with them? Ask and learn to know more about them. Ask the people that they serve. Ask the people what is their specialty, so that you can then know who you can refer to them. So you always want to go into this relationship with building an actual relationship, wanting to learn more about them, wanting to know more about their business, wanting to know more about their patients. So super duper important that we get to do that. And another way that we get to do that is by joining and creating these relationships in networking opportunities. So I shared a little bit last night about local networking opportunities, small business networking opportunities are still happening. So even though we're in the midst of COVID and we might not be able to meet personally, in person, we can still meet personally like we're doing right now, actually inside of a Zoom call. So I know that my local networking group actually has a weekly Zoom call, and you can still connect and you can network with people. You can hear about who people are, what it is that they do, who it is that they serve, and then you can reach out and message them and say, hey, would you like to have coffee? Would you like to have a Zoom coffee? Would you like to connect? And I would love to hear more about your business and who it is that you serve. I'm a health coach, and I would love to know who it is that I could refer to you. That is the best way to open up a conversation, so that you can then see that they can see that it's not just about you trying to get something from them. It's about creating a win-win. It's playing the generosity game. So we talked about that last night. Now we're going to dive into how you can actually show that you are creating value for them. So here's the thing. When you are really serious about growing your business, you want to make sure that you are creating value for your referral partners. And some ways that you can let them know, I'm actually going to cover 3 ways that you can let them know, is number 1, you want to show them that you're really, really interested in who they are and who it is that they most want to work with. So ask them who it is that they want to work with, because then you're creating value for them. Creating value for your referral partner needs to be at the top of your list if you want to play the generosity game, because everybody is always thinking about what is in it for me. What's in it for me? If I work with this person, if I set up this coffee, what's in it for me, right? That's what they're thinking. That's what you're thinking. Like, honestly, that's what we're all thinking. What's in it for me, right? So we want to kind of break out of that, and we want to go into it with just like, how can we serve our clients? How could I help this referral partner create a win-win situation in their business? Because when you help that referral partner create a win-win in their business and create value for them and create value for their patients or their clients, that automatically is going to help you too. So when we play the generosity game, everybody wins. Everybody wins. So let them know how you can serve them and how you can create value for them. And I'm going to give you an example of this. So one of the things that I did when I was collaborating with an integrative doctor, and by the way, I love working with integrative doctors because they've got one foot in each world, right? They're in the holistic field. They're always going to try to work with more natural remedies first, but they have another foot in the allopathic world where they can prescribe medications if needed, right? But they are going to be looking for resources to help them support their patients in a way that is going to be more natural first. So integrative medicine is really knowledgeable about what it is that we actually help our clients with. So the mindset pieces, the habit change pieces, the lifestyle pieces that make such a big difference in the world. Again, 80%, I don't know if you guys know this or not, you might, 80% of doctor visits are related to lifestyle issues. 80%, that's huge, you guys. This is why now is such an amazing time to be a health coach, because you actually can serve so many people. Really, like, let's take a look at it. Diabetes, type 2 diabetes, is a lifestyle related disease. It's not something that people are born with. It's something that people get from the amount of sugar that they're eating and the way that they are actually living in the world. So high stress, high sugar, processed foods, that creates diabetes, it creates obesity, it creates heart disease. So those 3 things right there, and heart disease is one of the top killers in the United States, right? Even for women, right? So heart disease, diabetes, obesity, these 3 things, anxiety, depression, right? These are all things that are lifestyle that can be fixed via our lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying that they can be fixed only with lifestyle. Like if someone's in a really deep depression, I am not saying that, there is not a time and a place for medication. There absolutely is. But treating this or treating some of these conditions with just medication actually is just like putting a Band-Aid on it. If people do not get a handle on their stress, if people do not change the way that they are thinking and living and moving and being in the world, things don't change. People naturally are going to go back to their default experience. That's one of the reasons why transformational coaching and health coaching is so darn powerful. We are not only giving people tools, but we are helping them through it so that by the end of our work together, they are behaving in the world in a different way. They are being in the world in a different way. They are learning about things that they can actually really take control of their own health and wellness, and they're able to implement it. So when I speak with doctors, I share with them how valuable it is that I know how important lifestyle is, how important it is that people are able to retake their own sense of control in learning how to feed themselves well, learning how to move, learning how to manage their stress and become stress resilient. And the thing is that doctors don't have the time to help clients with this. So first of all, I'm creating value with them. Second of all, I'm letting them know that I am going to fill a gap for them. I'm not trying to take clients away from them. I'm not trying to say that doctors aren't needed. What I'm doing is I'm helping to create and fill a gap for them, which means that they know that I'm going to serve them really, really powerfully. And guess what happens when their clients get results or their patients start to feel better? They are going to say, you know what? My doctor recommended me to this health coach. My doctor helped me with this piece that was missing. And that creates a win-win for the doctor. That creates a win-win for the doctor. The other thing is that doctors truly want to help people. They're healers too, right? It's just that their hands are tied. It is limited in today's world with, number one, what is the knowledge that they have in their medical practice? If it's in the allopathic world, then they are really, focusing on treating the emergency issues with medicine. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's kind of like putting a Band-Aid on something. We want to make sure that we are also supporting that patient or supporting that client with the tools and the techniques and the skills and the habit change that creates a whole new level of health. And when you do that, my friend, you are changing the world. Changing the world, changing the world. Like, and isn't that what you were put on this earth to do? You would not be here listening to what it is that I have to share with you today if it was not on your heart to create transformation in the lives of others. You are a health coach or a wellness practitioner, and you want to make a difference in the lives of others. Doctors do too. So we get to let them stay in their zone of genius, and we get to fill that gap for them in our zone of genius, which is helping people create better, healthier habits long term. So this is really, really key. Helping your practitioner, whether it is a chiropractor, whether it's an acupuncturist, whether it's a doctor, whether it's a digestive health associate, whatever it is, doesn't matter. You're creating value for them. You're supporting them in their client care. You're helping their clients actually follow through and be more compliant in areas that they know is important, and you're filling a gap for them. Now, how do you find out what information you want to share with them or what gap? By having this conversation in step 2. When you're creating a relationship with people and you're talking to them, you want to find out who it is that they serve, what is their specialty, what are some of the things that they see going on with their clients or with their patients. That's the way that I realized that I was filling a gap. I remember when I had the conversation with my integrative doctor, and he said, you know what? I totally agree with you. And all I have as a resource is to give somebody this handout on the Mediterranean diet. And you know what? That kind of broke my heart, because to feel like you really want to help somebody, but to only be able to give somebody a handout must be really, really hard for them, because they really do want to help people get better. And yet, if somebody is not going to follow through with information, then it's going to be really hard for that client patient to get results. And here's the thing, you are going to help their patients, their clients implement. I want to say that again, implement. Implementation is key. If people don't implement the pieces that they're learning, nothing changes, right? So this is where you are helping their patients implement the valuable lifestyle changes that they need to make so that they can be healthier, so that they can be healthier. We're not talking about curing. We're not talking about diagnosing. We are talking about being a partner in a client or a patient's team, right? Like you are a team member to help somebody. So super important, super important. If you can dive into this place of how you can really team up with this doctor and be a partner with them in the care of the people that they serve, that is going to go so, so far. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because that is the way that I learned. From my acupuncturists, from my chiropractors, from, the people that we're working with. They're like, you know what? We don't have time. We don't have time to educate our patients in this. Here's a handout, here's a website. And what we know is that information does not equal transformation, right? Give me a heart in the comment section if you agree with me. Information does not equal transformation. As a matter of fact, today, we have got access to so much information that people are actually paralyzed with the amount of information that they have access to. And so they don't even take action on it because they're not sure what to do. They're not sure what to try first. They're not sure how to do it, or they've tried all these things on their own and they are not getting the results because they're falling back into these habitual patterns. So again, information does not equal transformation. Implementation equals transformation. And so that is the value that you are bringing to your doctor or your holistic health practitioner, is you are helping people implement these lifestyle health changes that are going to make a difference. Step 4 is offer a specific resource. I cannot stress this enough. It is not just about, hey, refer your clients to me as a health coach. It is about having a specific resource that you can talk to your referral partner and say, this is how I'm going to help patients, clients move from Pain Island to Pleasure Island. And this is the resource, this is the vehicle that I am going to help them do it. So I actually did it with a 6-week wellness program. So that is what I'm going to talk about. And that's the example that I'm going to use, because that's how I built a thriving health coaching business. I didn't go to them and just say, hey, I'm a health coach, send all your people to me. I said, there's a gap that needs to be filled. People need help learning and implementing. And this is the way that I help them. I help them in this 6-week wellness program. And this is what it looks like. And these are the steps that I take them through. And that made so much sense to my referral partners. Now they have a resource in their head. So it's not just, how can I help this patient, or how can I help this client? Like, who could I refer them to? It is, oh, I've got a resource that I can share with my patients. And so this 6-week wellness program, I was able to share not only with the doctors, but the doctors were asking me for the flyers. They were asking me for the postcards that they could hand out to their patients so that they could support their patients in having a different experience of life, so that they could see that I wanted to be a partner with them in helping their patients have more control in their health and wellness by what they put in their bodies, by how they manage their stress, by how much they moved. And what I found was that so many people are so confused about all this, right? Like, you know all the information, but we forget that 90% of the people out there really don't have all this information. We learned it by either going through nutritional therapy school. I went through the Nutritional Therapy Association. Some of you have gone through the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. Some of you have gone through HCI or HCI Mastery or the Life Coach School. You know, we've been trained on these things because it's been put on our heart to make a difference in the world for people. And so a 6-week program was a way that I was able to take people through and help them to create foundations so that then if they wanted to explore further specifically in something that they wanted specific help on, they could work with me in a one-on-one capacity then. So this is how I grew a thriving health coaching practice. I would take people through my 6-week wellness program, and about 30% of the people that worked with me in the group setting actually continued to work with me one-on-one. And so then I would invite them into a 90-day or 6-month experience. So that was pretty darn amazing. I got to serve them really, really valuably. Then I got to have a conversation with them, ask them what it was that they wanted to create or what was it that they wanted next, and then serve them in another way. And it was beautiful. It was a natural progression of setting up your foundations in this program and then working me with a one-on-one experience. So let me stop for just a minute. I'm going to grab a sip of my tea and I'm going to check the questions because I can't see any questions if you guys are leaving me any questions while I'm in Zoom. So lots of hearts. Yay. Okay, cool. Are there any questions so far about what I'm covering? Are there any questions so far about what I'm covering? Okay. I'm going to check one more time because I know we've got a lag going on here. Okay, great. So now doctors and health practitioners, now your referral partners have specific value and a resource that they would recommend. Now their practice is also being seen as creating value. So it's not just the doctor seeing how they can help their patient, but it's also the patient seeing how the doctor can create more value and the doctor seeing how he can also create more value for the patients. So let me give you an example of what else this could look like. So one of my referral partners was actually a chiropractic practice, 3 chiropractors, and I offered to do a health talk. And I had a signature health talk. It was actually called Get Your Spark Back. And I shared with their patients how they could get their spark back by 3 simple ways of how they could take back control and by returning back to a whole foods diet, for also reducing their stress. And I shared with them some ways that they could do that and helping them create quick wins. And what they did is that they allowed me to come in and use their lobby space. They put a flyer in there to advertise the talk. They sent an email out to all of their patients, and we had about 20, 25 people join the talk. Now, from the talk, after I shared the talk and after I was helping these people understand, helping them to create some quick wins, some epiphanies, some breakthroughs in a way that they haven't been able to see things before, it was from that talk that I then invited them into my 6-week wellness program. And what I did is I told them that a 6-week wellness program was going to be starting. I shared with them what it was going to be about, and I invited them into a conversation. I gave them my phone number and invited them to reach out to me. I also gave them something of value. So what I gave them was actually, at the time, what I had was a freebie, and it was a guide to soaking and sprouting nuts, grains, seeds, and legumes. And that was my freebie. That was a handout. I also had a recipe guide so they could check which one they wanted. And I sent around a sign up form where they could leave me their name and their email. And that way I could send it to them in their email. So that did a couple things. Number one, it got them walking away with value. Not only did they get the value from the talk, they got a handout to walk away with. And now they knew that they were going to be getting something in their email that they highly valued. Another thing that allowed to happen was another touch point. So they have their first touch point with me in the talk. Now they have another touch point in an email saying, hey, thank you for joining me. I'm so glad to see you. It was really great to meet you. Here's your free handout that you asked for. Here's the freebie opt-in. Now I have their email. And so now we can invite them into the 6-week wellness program. So now I have their email. So when I start to create an email or a post about, hey, just wanted to let you guys know enrollment is now open for XYZ program. And at that time it was called the Nourish and Shine program. And I share all about this inside the Launch Well program, by the way. I'm going to get to that later on today. And that was such a beautiful way to create and build trust. So it wasn't like I was asking them from the very first time that they saw me to just buy my thing, right? I was giving them an experience of me. I was creating little micro yeses along the way that allowed them to build a relationship and to build know, like, trust with me. So let me keep going. Next part that I want to focus on, and by the way, are there any questions? So while I'm here, I just want to see if there's any questions. I'm going to kind of flip back and forth between screens to see if there's any questions. And I promise you, I will tell you what I put in my 6-week wellness program. I will absolutely give you the nitty-gritty on that. Happy to share. So here's 4 ways to fill your programs and offers. So if you have either a 6-week wellness program, or if you just have a one-on-one program, this totally works. So this is really, really simple. There's actually only 4 different ways to actually fill your programs. One of them is you can fill your program by doing an online talk like I'm doing today. So this is one experience that you can create for people, is by offering an online talk, offering an online mini class or a workshop or a master class. And I love doing these because it's really easy. You only need your desktop or your iPhone, and you get to share valuable information and help people create quick wins, epiphanies, and breakthroughs. And it's fun, right? So fun. I love what I'm doing here. I love sharing information. I love creating value for you. So one way is to do an online workshop. Another way is to do an in-person workshop. So just like I shared before, where I actually did a talk at a chiropractic office. I've also done a talk at a dentist office, done talks at an acupuncturist office, done talks at a doctor's office. So there's a lot of different places that you can do these talks. And I know that we can't do that right now. So really the online sphere is going to be where you want to focus. Now, this doesn't mean you need to have an online program, but it does mean that you want to be able to communicate with people and to be able to serve people in the online environment. So online or in person, and we will be opening up at some point. So this in-person piece is going to be really, really valuable. The next way that we can fill our programs and offers is by collaborations. And so this is where we get to collaborate with not only your doctors and practitioners, but also with other people in your community. And I want to share a little bit more about that in this space now. So when we collaborate with others in this online world, in Facebook land, what you want to do, who you want to look for is somebody that can serve your client, but just in a different way than you serve them. So I gave a little bit of an example last night, but for example, Tavia was on here last night and she said to her, one of the people that she works with is a massage therapist. She also works with the doctor, and I think she also works with a chiropractor. Some of you are in the essential oils realm, or maybe you have a friend who is building an essential oil business, or maybe you have a friend who is into clean skincare or in healthcare products. You know, there's a lot of different communities and Facebook groups online that are going to serve your ideal client in a way that is different from you. So again, we're bringing together your zone of genius, we're bringing together their zone of genius, we're bringing them together to collaborate. So what does that look like? It would look like inviting somebody to come into your personal Facebook group. Yes, you do want a Facebook group. If you don't have a Facebook group, that is something that I definitely want you to start building. And if you want to learn more about how to do that, how to build a Facebook group, join me on February 22nd. I'm going to be doing a 7-day masterclass, and we're going to talk about setting up your Facebook group and growing a highly engaged Facebook group. So no worries if you don't have one yet. Come back February 22nd, 6 steps to a 6-figure heart-centered practice. We're going to talk about that there, but I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that here. but you do want one. So you're going to invite them into your community so that they can share something of value for your community. You saw me do that today already if you joined me for the talk that Allison Roberts did today on guilt and shame. She serves women and she serves them in a very, very different way than I do. I help you build and grow a thriving, heart-centered wellness practice without having to book all these discovery sessions, right? She serves women in the manner of guilt and shame. She came into my group, she shared, she talked, she served, she created value, and then she invited you to take the next step and join her in a masterclass. Next week, I'm going to go into her Facebook group and I'm going to share and I'm going to serve and I'm going to create amazing value for her community. And then I'm going to invite them into my nurture event, my masterclass at the end of February. What is that doing? It's the generosity game. It's creating a win-win-win for everybody. It's a win for me because she came in and gave amazing information that totally served you guys on this guilt and shame thing that so many of us carry around. So you got incredible value. You also got to experience her and her zone of genius. And if that's something that you want to explore more, I just helped you create a connection there. So I created value for you guys, and now I get to create value for her community. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. See how that works? So you want to collaborate with somebody that serves your ideal client just in a different way. So again, if you are a mindset coach, you're probably not going to collaborate with another mindset coach because you will collaborate, you will cannibalize each other's offers, right? You don't want, if you're selling mindset coaching and they're selling mindset coaching, it's probably not going to be the best fit. But you absolutely can be, for example, I collaborate with one of my friends who's a copywriter, right? As a matter of fact, she's giving away a freebie inside of the Launchwell program in a 10 module course on how to create copy that converts. So she serves my community by helping people learn how to create copy that attracts your ready-yes client, your ideal client. And then I also get to share and I get to serve on how health coaches and wellness coaches can build an amazing, thriving wellness business. So can you see how this works? So think about those collaborations. Give you another example. My branding photographer. So she works with women entrepreneurs. And so I had her come into my Facebook group on how to create, I believe it was 90 days of Instagram posts in 4 hours. Her name is Kate McBadden Lindsay, and you can actually use the search button. The video is still here. So if you want to learn how to create 90 days of Instagram content in 4 hours, you can totally go back and find this video. It absolutely is here. And then I was able to share my services to the people that she works with who are also potentially wellness entrepreneurs. So again, she serves my community in one way. I get to serve her community in a different way than she does. That's the collaborations that we're talking about here. Same thing with the doctors, right? They're serving their patients in one way. You're serving their patients in another way. Two different zones of genius, but it works together. And it works together beautifully. And again, I'm all about the generosity game. I'm all about creating win-win-wins. Fourth way to fill your groups or your programs. Again, whether they are groups or whether they're one-on-one, it doesn't matter. All of these things work this way, is personally reaching out. Personally reaching out. So creating connections with somebody and really letting it just be a heart-centered connection. This isn't about, hey, how are you? I'm trying to reach 1,000 women and I want to know if you are interested in my XYZ thing. Nope. You get to just connect to create connections. You get to connect with the people in your Facebook group. So don't be surprised, you guys, if you get a personal message from me just saying, hey, how are you? Thank you for being here. I'm so glad that you joined me for the In-Demand Health Coach training. What was an aha? What is an epiphany? What is a takeaway? That actually helps me learn more about my trainings and my programs. It helps me learn more about what's valuable. It helps me learn more about how I can support you and point you to the resources that are going to best serve you as well. So building relationships is key. Building a high touch relationship with very low tech is one of the ways that I have also built a thriving multi six figure, actually it's over $500,000 a year coaching practice. And I do that by building relationships, making people my priority, creating breakthroughs and epiphanies for people so that they can then implement these pieces and put them into action. And you get to do that too. So building relationships with people and reaching out to people personally is number 4. So 4 steps, 4 different ways that you can fill your wellness programs. That is online programs, that's in-person events, so online events like I'm doing right now. You're actually watching me do an online event right now. In-person events, you can also do collaborations where you're going to create value with the collaboration partner, and then you're also reaching out and building relationships with people. So what I want you to do is let me know which one will you choose? Which one will you choose? And you really want to work on these one at a time, right? So which one will you choose? Like yes, there's a time and a place for us to do an online event and an in-person event, absolutely. But really what I want you to do is take a look at which one does your heart tell you would be really fun to do? Because if it feels like a chore, you're not going to want to do it. So which one would feel really fun to you? Would creating an online event or just an online talk or even a Facebook Live, that also counts too. Would that be fun to you? Some people are like, hell yes. Some people are, hell no, I don't like doing video. Not a problem. Would be reaching out and collaborating with somebody be fun for you? Would be building and growing relationships be fun for you? So I'd love to know in the chat. Let me know which one sounds like fun to you. Which one sounds like fun to you? Let me just refresh this page a bit so that I can see. I'm not seeing any questions or comments. Just want to make sure that you guys still have me live. And I think we do. Okay, awesome. So let's do a quick recap. In this class so far, you learned starting locally and personally is the best place to begin your search with collaborations. Creating one-on-one relationships builds know, like, trust with your referral partners. Number 3, sharing how you create value for them and their patients will get them excited about working with you. 4, offering a specific resource like a 6-week wellness program fills the gap that they need help with in educating their patients and providing value that they don't have time to engage in. Remember, you're filling a gap for them. And we also talked about 4 simple ways to fill your programs and offers. So this is where you get to decide what is going to work for you. The piece that I see many coaches and practitioners getting stuck and staying stuck is thinking that they need to recreate the wheel. So here's what I did. And this is one of the things that I am so excited to actually share with you and serve with you tonight. And that is a program that I created. I'm giving you the exact same 6-week wellness program that I used that is also recommended by chiropractors, acupuncturists, digestive health associates. Like, they know the program, they've seen the program, they've seen the results with the program. I'm giving you the exact same 6-week wellness program that I used to grow my 6-figure coaching practice, so that you don't have to recreate the wheel, so that you don't have to get into this place of self-doubt and not sure, what should I put in week 1? What should I put in week 3? Is this too much information? Is this too little information? How should I say this? How do I even run a group? I don't know how to do this piece, right? And so then no action ever gets taken. I don't want that to happen, because here's the thing, my friends, when you take action, you're changing the world. And if getting a piece of information, if getting a 6-week wellness program into your hands quickest way possible means that more people are impacted, that is what I want to help you do. So that instead of spending lots and lots of money having somebody else create it or try to extract the information from your head, or instead of you having to spend hours and hours and hours creating the information and you still not feeling confident in the value that you've created, this is where the Launchwell program comes in. And I'm going to stop my screen for just a minute, because I do want to share a little bit about what is inside the 6-week wellness program. So I told you that I would absolutely dive into the nitty gritty here and share with you what was inside the 6-week wellness program that I created. I'm absolutely happy to share what's in each week. And honestly, if you want to go create your own program with this, do it. Absolutely. Can you do it? Yes. Do you have to though? No. You absolutely can use mine. You can take my name off it. You can take my logo off it. You get to rebrand it. All of the files are housed inside of Canva. So you also have all of these templates. You can add stuff to it if you want. You can take stuff out if you don't want something that's in there. You basically have this amazing 6-week wellness program that you can start selling now, start filling your 6-week wellness program now, start changing the lives of people now. You don't have to wait. This is the beauty of it. And this is why I was inspired to actually create the Launchwell program. Let me, hold on just a minute. Let me go into my other screen. I'm having a hard time doing that. Let me share my screen here. And I am needing my reading glasses to see what happened with it. Hang on just a minute, gang. Give me just a moment so I can pull this up. For some reason, it disappeared. What I want to do is show you what's inside the 6 weeks that I used so that you can decide whether or not this is something that you want to take on. Awesome. Okay. There we go. So, introducing the Launchwell program. So first of all, I want to share with you guys how this came about really quickly, really quick story. So part of me growing and building my wellness practice was to be able to serve people in a really, really powerful way, but without burning myself out. And so one of the things that I do is I absolutely create time every single quarter, and I go away and I went on a retreat. And I went on a retreat and I was thinking and I was praying and I was journaling and I was walking through the woods, and I was really just allowing myself to be open to any divine downloads that are coming in. And one of the things that I kept coming back to over and over and over again was how many people were reaching out to me and saying, Chris, what are you doing to build your health coaching practice? Chris, what do you put in your 6-week wellness program? Will you tell me what you put in your program? Will you give me an example of what that looks like? Will you help me create a 6-week wellness program? And I'm like, you know what? I have a 6-week wellness program. Why don't I just share that with people so that they can use it and they can actually start filling and sharing and changing in people's lives with this. So I took the 6-week wellness program that I created, and it is a combination of my knowledge as a nutritional therapy practitioner. So there's nutritional education in it, as well as the information that I learned as a master transformational coach and habit change. And I combined them both together. And I created my 6-week wellness program. I labeled that program Nourish and Shine. That's what I took my clients through. And now I'm offering it to you. So it is a step-by-step system to fill and run your own profitable wellness program in 12 weeks or less. 12 weeks or less. What's in it? So before I go into the what's in it, what I was hearing from coaches is that they were struggling how to market themselves as a health coach and fill their programs. They were tired of hustling for their next client, knowing that you guys have so much value to give and not being able to really communicate that in a way so that people were saying, yes, I want what it is that you have to offer. They were unsure how to design and launch a group program. Right? So many of you might know how to actually take somebody through a 90-day transformation program, but you may not have done groups yet. And so this is a way that I actually not only give you my group program, but I teach you how to run a group. And I take you step by step through each of the 6 weeks. And I teach you as if you were a client, this is how you teach week 1. This is how you teach week 2. This is how you want to teach week 3. This is where you want to stop and ask some questions. And I teach you the exact way that I taught my 6-week wellness program, how you distribute the materials, all of that, so that you don't have to be overwhelmed by trying to recreate the wheel or learn how to do that on your own. The other thing is that I was finding that people were really feeling like they were on their own. They were craving real support. They wanted to have somebody that they could go to and ask questions, like somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about, right? Somebody who's been there, somebody who's done that. And I wanted to be able to create that community so that people could reach out and get their questions answered. So if you are a health and wellness coach, and if you want to reach more people, have a bigger impact, and get paid to actually do the work to help people create amazing transformation in their life, if you want to learn more about collaborating with doctors and healthcare providers so that referrals are coming to you, if you want to have a done for you program, and this is really, really key, guys, this is done for you. This is basically a business in a box. I'm giving you all of my materials. I'm giving you my swipe files, my email files, so you will know what to send out each week that you're running the 6-week wellness program. I'm giving you all of my emails, so you don't have to try to figure out how to create that. I'm giving you all of my marketing materials. You get to walk away with the exact flyer that I used to post in the doctor's offices and in the lobbies. I'm giving you the exact template for the postcard so that you can actually share that with the doctors and practitioners. You are able to create lasting results for clients with a proven wellness system. And guess what, guys? This is a rinse and repeat process. It works again and again and again consistently. So here's how it looked like for me. I would take somebody through, and actually I would take 2 groups at the time that I was growing my practice. I got so in demand. Again, we're talking about you being an in-demand health coach, that I had to run 2 programs at the same time. So I ran one Tuesday night and I ran one Thursday night, 2 different groups, both 6-week wellness programs. And then again, 30% of those people decided to continue working with me. The price that people are charging for this 6-week wellness program, because I know you guys are thinking, well, okay, that's great, but how much money can I really make doing this? So my clients that are using the Launchwell program are charging anywhere from $497 to $697 for a 6-week group program. Now you can also use the 6 weeks as a mid-tier offer to take somebody through one-on-one. So if you're not quite ready to dive into the group aspect of it, but you still want a mid-tier offer so that you can have a seat on the bus for those people that are not ready to invest in the full 90-day program, this is what you can take them through. So it's 6 weeks, you get to take them through that, and my clients are charging anywhere from $997 to $1497 for that 6-week wellness program. So do the math. If you would take 10 people through it in a group and you're charging, and we're just going to keep it easy, $500, that's $5,000 that you're bringing in for every 6-week wellness program. Now, 30% of those are going to continue to work with you. So let's just take 3 out of the 10 that are going to continue to work with you. If you're inviting them into your 90-day transformation program, and the price is at around, let's say $1,997, $2,000. By the way, that's on the low side. The average 90-day transformation program in the industry is $3,000. So I'm going to actually drop it down $2,000. So take 2,000 times 3, that is another $6,000. We're looking at $11,000 of a potential here that you can actually bring income in your business. And then you get to put that on repeat. So I would run a 6-week wellness program. I would take 2 weeks off. And then I would run another 6-week wellness program, and I would take 2 weeks off. And in between there, I would invite people who were ready to take that next step and work with me in a 90-day transformation program. So Launchwell is a complete system. So I really want to share with you, what is it that you get? Inside this program, you have instant access to all of the files, the complete 6-week group program that you can use to help your clients get real, lasting results. You get done for you teaching guides, done for you handouts, done for you support tools. You get exclusive trainings inside of that program with how to collaborate with doctors and health practitioners. So you actually have 7 full modules of taking your client through the 6-week wellness program. And then you have a whole nother 5 modules on how to actually collaborate and fill your program. You get my pre-written marketing materials and emails. You get my social posts. You get my flyers. And again, all of these are fully rebrandable. I'm giving them to you. You don't need to give me credit. You get to take my stuff off and put your stuff on. You get my entire Business Builders Toolkit inside the Launchwell program. All of this is housed inside of a membership portal that you have lifetime access to. Lifetime, my friend. So you can return to any of these trainings at any time. And I'm also teaching you my proven heart-centered approach for serving more clients and creating more abundance in your business and your life. Plus, you're going to be fully supported. So you are going to be fully supported not only by me, but by my associate coach that is going to also help you, and in a community that is going to support you along the way. So who is this not for? This is not for you if you're not really ready to create this business. If you're only looking for a hobby business and you're not really looking at creating more income and impact in the lives of others, this is not for you. It's not for you if you are interested in just throwing money at something, but you're not interested in actually implementing. Okay, like this is only for coaches that are fully invested and wellness practitioners only. So again, this is not something that you're just going to be like, well, I spent the money. Am I going to get the results? Yes, you will if you show up and you do the work. But if you're not willing to do the work, then this is not for you. It is also not for you if you like the salesy, gimmicky marketing type of thing, or if you want to learn how to create these big, long, fancy funnels. This is not what I'm teaching in this. It is really for heart-centered wellness entrepreneurs that want to create real relationships with their clients and want to get well paid for doing it in the process. So if you're ready to create a thriving health and wellness practice, this is going to help you with that. And again, you can get instant access. I will share the link in the comments. So I'm going to share with you what is inside the 6 weeks. Again, you get expert support, you get a tried and true system, and I will share this link with you so that you can go back and you can take a look at it. You get to move from being fearful in how to build your program to being an in-demand coach and a leader. You get to move from the doubt of I'm not sure what to do, how to do it, to taking empowered action. You get to go from exhausted, trying to figure out all the things, to excited about what it is that you get to have to offer. And I'm so, so excited to share this with you. So let's dive into this. We covered all that already. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot to tell you about the Video Vault. You get all of the trainings, goal mapping sessions. You get to learn how to create a 90-day profit plan, collaborating with doctors and practitioners, as well as how to grow a Facebook group. So all of that is inside the video too. So here's the cool thing, you guys. When you enroll, when you purchase this program today, and I've got some special bonuses that are available for the next 48 hours. So today's Tuesday. I'm actually going to extend it to the end of Friday, because I actually have a guest expert coming on Friday. So you have until midnight on Friday to purchase the Launchwell program, and I will give you these bonuses here. What is it that you get? You get a 90-day done-for-you content plan. I've never offered this before, and this is something brand new. I'm giving you a full 90-day content plan that guides you on what to post in your Facebook group, on your personal Facebook page, when to post, and it takes the guesswork out of cultivating a community that converts. I'm giving you a 90-day content plan. You're getting the copywriting mini course with copywriter Laura Mashinktono. So excited. She's created a 10-module course, and she's actually going to show up and do some lives. So she's going to show up and do 3 live calls and take you through how to actually use this copywriting course that converts. You'll get simple frameworks that you can use for how to write social posts, tips on making your writing more compelling so that you can attract your readiest client, as well as additional templates to save you time. She's been so incredibly generous, and she is gifting that to you when you purchase this program within the next 48 hours. You're also going to get a 1-year membership to the exclusive Launchwell community. So after the 48 hours, these are going away. You will still get a 3-month membership into the Launchwell community if you join, but the 90-day done for you content plan, the copywriting mini course goes away, and the full year of support. Let me tell you why you want the full year of support, because I come in monthly and I answer your questions. I do lives, we call them the Launchwell live calls, and every single month you have access to me live, which means that you can bring me your questions and I will answer them live on the spot. You also get a one-on-one session, 3 one-on-one sessions with my associate coach, Sherry Berry. She actually uses the Launchwell program, and she actually is going to guide you every single month for any questions that you have on any of the material as well. So we're really, really giving you wraparound support. So how much does all this cost? One payment of $19.97, or you can make 3 payments of $750. And let me tell you, this is such an amazing investment. As a matter of fact, you can make this back in your very first group program, and many of my coaches do. As a matter of fact, Megan, one of my amazing clients and friends, she actually got her return on investment back, plus some, in her first program. She is now enrolled in my mastermind program, and she's actually using this program to actually pay for her coaching fees, as well as continue to serve clients in a one-on-one experience. So again, you get this program for life. It's only $19.97, and it is going to give you all the tools, all the tips, all the support that you need, including, and we say 12 weeks or less because you actually have 12 full modules of content inside the membership program. Or you can make 3 payments of $750. So I am going to scroll down here just a little bit and dive into what is inside each of the 6 weeks. And before I do that, oh my goodness, I've got lots of questions now. Let me just dive into these questions. Kaylee says that she is, okay, Rachel, where would you recommend finding business networking events? I've looked online in Facebook groups in my area, not seeing anything. So one of the things that I would do is I would type in small business networking group. So I know the one that is local for me, Rachel, is the Lake Norman Small Business Association, Lake Norman Small Business Association. So that is in my area. So I would just type in small business group, small business association. Rising Tide is another one, and that is one that has groups all over the United States. I'm trying to think. I'll think more and I'll share it with you, Rachel. So I will, I'll message you privately with what I come up with online. Awesome. So any questions on the Launchwell program so far? By the way, we are going to be popping back on. I'm going to be coming back on here tomorrow, and I'm going to be answering any of your questions live. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull you guys into the Zoom room if you guys want to meet with me one-on-one and you just want to ask any questions about anything that we talked about. Anything about step 1, anything about step 2, anything about filling your programs, anything about collaborating, anything about a 6-week wellness program. I'm happy to support you. So what is it that I created? This is what I created. This is the 6-week wellness program that I absolutely took people through. And these are the 12 modules that you get inside of the Launchwell program. So Module 1 was all about creating clarity, getting clear on your goals, and setting up your entire year, understanding your ideal client, helping you uncover the niche so that you can actually speak with clarity to your ready yes client and your marketing message. So you're going to build a strong foundation for everything that's to come in the next modules. Now, Module 2 is actually where the 6-week wellness program starts. So Module 2 is actually week 1 of your 6-week wellness program. And this is all about setting your clients up for success. This is where you dive into this amazing 6-week holistic program. And I designed it for you to use with all of your clients. Remember, it's done for you. So you have the entire 6-week program packaged by weeks. So you basically get to download it. You can send it to your clients in a PDF, or you can print it out and give it to them in person or send it to them. Your choice, you get to do that. But in session 1, we're going to talk about setting them up for success and doing the deep dive into health, helping them understand why they're doing it, what is their intention for being here, and helping them with that experience. Now, Module 3 is all about digestion. So we're not only going to just talk about your digestive system, but we're also going to talk about how you can actually create more relaxation in your life, right? So important. That goes with the digestive system. So not only are we going to work internally, but we're also going to talk about how we create more of a relaxed rhythm and flow into our day. Module 4 is all about blood sugar and stress. So you are going to help your clients understand the importance of balancing their blood sugar. You're going to help them read labels. You're going to help them understand the life stressors and how it's important to really get a handle with stress. And you are going to have a sacred self-care checklist here. You've got so many amazing tools inside of this program to support your clients. As a matter of fact, a lot of my clients are using these materials to create free opt-ins. So for example, the Sacred Self-Care Checklist that helps people manage their stress. People have been using that as an opt-in on their either a landing page for their website or as a freebie to offer when they're doing their health talks. That's another one. So the cool thing about Canva is that you can actually download each page individually and you can actually create your own opt-ins. You've got all of these things created for you already, right? So cool. So module 3 is all about healthy fats and quality sleep, because we know that if we're not resting well, we are going to start craving more sugar. And we also need to educate our clients and help them choose healthy fats and help them understand the importance of having healthy fats in our diet, as well as how important it is to get enough sleep and how to help them get enough sleep so that they can repair and reset both their mind and their body. In module 6, we're going to talk about creating a really healthy rhythm and flow through our day, as well as reintroducing any foods that your clients may have decided to eliminate. Now, again, this is not necessarily an elimination diet. This isn't like the Whole30 where we're taking everything out, but at the least, we want our clients to return back to a whole foods experience through the course of these 6 weeks so that they can get off the processed foods, so that they can get off the high sugar, high refined sugar, and get back to eating in a way that allows their body's systems to rebalance. Because when the systems rebalance, the symptoms begin to go away. The symptoms of not sleeping well, the symptoms of going for sugar, the symptoms of breaking out or acne, the symptoms of hormonal imbalance. Those are all symptoms of these systems, the stress system, the digestive system, that are out of balance. So you're going to help these people rebalance those systems. You're also going to talk to them about the abundance mindset, because this is so important. We want to talk about how the way that we are viewing the world also creates our health, right? So health is a holistic experience. It's not just about what we put in our mouth. It's not just about in relieving stress. It's also about the way that we are perceiving the world. And we get to create an abundant mindset, an abundance of health, an abundance of wellness, an abundance of seeing the world from positivity glasses, right? So that is so, so important. And when your clients finish that, they are like on fire, and you get to help them go forward from that. That's the 6 weeks. So module 7 is actually week 6 in the wellness program. Then we dive into launching your program and how you do that, creating nurture events and systems, creating a 90-day nurture plan and collaborating, selling your framework, as well as launch time. So all of that is inside of the Launchable program. Plus, you're going to get a healthy foods cookbook. All of the flyers are editable. You get pre-written marketing tools, one-to-one guidance, an entire community of support, and more. So super amazing program. I'm so, so excited to share this with you. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen for now, because what I want to do is pop back over here and see if there's any questions so far about not only what is inside of the 6-week wellness program, but also any questions that you might have about either setting up your own program or collaborating with doctors and health practitioners. So let me know, what questions do you have? I'm happy to answer. And by the way, I just posted the link in the comment section. So if you would like to see the page that I was just referring to on everything that you get inside the program, it is totally there for you. Cool. All right. Any questions? Any questions that I covered for you about collaborating, about reaching out to creating these relationships, collaborating with online, collaborating with your doctors and health practitioners? Let me know. And if not, then not a problem. We will close it out for today. I know I went over my hour. I really try to stick to an hour or under, but I will be back tomorrow night. And this is just going to be a bonus question and answer session. So I'm actually going to post in the Facebook group my Zoom link, and you can join me in the Zoom room so that you can ask me any questions that you have from the workbook, from the materials that we shared. I'm really, really excited about sharing that with you. And then on Thursday, we're going to have a special guest, and she's going to share how the Launchwell program is working for her. And then on Friday, I have another guest that is going to share about how you actually help create and attract your readiest client. Laura is going to be here. She is actually the copywriter that created all of this goodness. And she is going to talk about what is inside that 10 module content, creating content that converts. Program so that you can use this not only with your Launchwell program, but you can use this in your Facebook group as well as in your personal Facebook page as well. All right, lovelies. I'm going to sign off for tonight then if there's no questions. I will check back because I do know that there is a lag and some of you might have questions and want to post them. So I'll check back in the comment section and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great evening.